Mark Cuban of the NBA's Dallas Mavericks tries and fails to cancel the national anthem. Disney succeeds in canceling conservative actress Gina Carano. Plus, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis fires back at the media over mask shaming. All that and more. I'm Bobby Eberle. This is a 13-minute news hour.
And God bless the United States of America.
All right, friends, welcome to the show. Happy Friday. I hope you had a great week. If you're new to the show, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to start with Mark Cuban and the national anthem because apparently he was experimenting with doing away with the national anthem altogether, not playing it at all at his games. Well, the backlash hit. The NBA stepped in and put the hammer down because apparently, the get woke, go broke philosophy that the NBA had during the summer, that was a disaster. I guess they don't want to go through that again because they issued this statement regarding the national anthem. With NBA teams now in the process of welcoming fans back into their arenas, all teams will play the national anthem in keeping with long-standing league policy. So, apparently, Cuban didn't play the national anthem at some of their preseason games, and then this week also didn't play it at one of their regular season games. This was noticed. This brought out the backlash. The NBA said you couldn't do it. So, as far as damage control, Mark Cuban went on ESPN and he tried to explain things in just a long-winded, rambling interview that made no sense. Here's part of it.
And in listening to the community, there were quite a few people that voiced their concerns or really their fears that the national anthem and did not fully represent them, that their voices were not being heard. And so we've had a lot of conversations about whether or not we should play the anthem.
All right, folks, I don't even know where to start with those comments. Cuban says he's heard from people that have fears about the national anthem, that their voice might not be heard. Who is afraid of the national anthem? And when does the national anthem silence any voices? It's absolutely outrageous. And you know what? There has to come a time when we look at people like that are fearful of the national anthem and say, you know what? Maybe the problem is with you and not with the rest of us. And here's more from Cuban.
During the first preseason game, we decided to not play it and just see what the response was, knowing that we were going to have ongoing conversations about it. We didn't make any decision to never play the national anthem. That wasn't the case at all. We didn't cancel the national anthem. We still had our flag flying proud and up on the wall at the American Airlines Center, and everybody had the opportunity to address it and pray to it or salute to it or whatever their feelings are.
What? All right. Whether he made a final decision or not to cancel the national anthem, that's irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that during the preseason and into the regular season, they were thinking about it. They were experimenting with this idea. They had games where they did not play the national anthem. In the process, the evaluation of maybe not playing it at all ever again. That was part of the process. That's why he's doing it. It's absolutely outrageous. And then this nonsensical comment at the end that, yeah, we didn't play the national anthem, but we have a flag up there and you can pray to it or salute it, whatever you want to do. What does that even mean? Pray to the flag, whatever you want to do. It just makes no sense, but it's this woke culture that has invaded society and the left and big corporations in the NBA. We saw it all summer with the woke jerseys and the BLM logos plastered everywhere, and coaches and owners like this that don't make any sense, folks. They're just throwing common sense out the window. Let's get rid of the national anthem, something that could unify us. We're not going to do that. And here's more from Cuban talking about the feedback he's received.
We had people who were upset by it and were passionate in them being upset. And we had people that fully supported it. That, a lot of people said that they don't understand why, the anthem is played prior to a game. Others said, it shouldn't be played prior to the game. Others said it didn't represent them and they're concerned about being played and it made them uncomfortable.
All right, here's the deal, folks. Joe Biden, the Democrats, the media, all of the left, they love to talk about unity now. Let's all come together. But we know what that really means is be quiet and fall in line. They talk about unity, But the things that should really actually unite Americans, they hate it. They are opposed to anything that actually unites us. The 1776 Commission, put together by President Trump to teach patriotism and talk about the dangers of communism and socialism, Joe Biden canceled that. Faith, family, freedom, they're all under attack by the left. The National Anthem, where we could come together for just a couple minutes as Americans and then go back to debating or discussing or arguing or yelling or whatever it is we're doing, something that should unify us, the left uses that as a point of division as well. That is what's going on. Absolutely ridiculous what Mark Cuban tried to do. I guess we congratulate the NBA for speaking out about this, but they're insincere. They just felt the pressure because more people are like us than like them. All right, next let's talk about what's going on at Disney. But first, if you're new to the show or haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And when you do, please hit that bell so you'll be notified. We're making our push for 150,000 subscribers, and we can do it with your help. All right, so there we saw Mark Cuban tried to cancel the national anthem. Well, guess what? Disney is at it too. This time, canceling a conservative actress for a post she made. And it's so hypocritical, folks, this cancel culture. It's like the left can do and say anything they want, and they get a pass. And why? Because they're on the left. A conservative says something that just gets the left all up in arms, they're canceled, they're banned, they're blocked, they're kicked off platforms, you name it. This is what's going on. Gina Carano, who's an actress on The Mandalorian, a hit show on Disney Plus, got in trouble, got fired for Disney for an offensive post that she made. And yet, the star of the show made offensive posts as well. He's still on the payroll. And here's the story. Gina Carano was dropped from her role in Disney's The Mandalorian after comparing today's political divide to the events in Nazi Germany on social media. But her now former castmate received a pass for making a similar comparison, and many critics are pointing out the hypocrisy. As a result, a similar 2018 tweet from Mandalorian star Pedro Pascal doing essentially the same thing was unearthed Thursday, leaving fans confused about why only one of the actors was punished. The conservative Carano, who played Cara Dune on the popular Disney Plus series, is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, the company confirmed in a statement Wednesday. Additionally, the statement said that there are no plans for the actress to be employed by Lucasfilms in the future. So, what did Gina Carano do? What did she post? What was so bad about it? Well, here it is. Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? Very interesting point. I find that point to be very interesting considering what's going on today. So that's what she posted. That's what got her fired. And of course, for being a conservative and posting other conservative stuff. But what about the counter? What about the lead actor in The Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal? In 2018, here's what he tweeted. #This is America. Comparing Jews actually rounded up for extermination and illegal immigrant kids in the United States. Absolutely unreal. And again, one gets fired, the other doesn't. Now, the reaction on social media was big. It was big, and here's one example. Pedro compares conservative politics to the Holocaust, and liberals don't bat an eye. Gina Carano compares liberal politics to the Holocaust, and everyone dogpiles her, saying she's disrespectful to all Holocaust survivors. Rules for thee, but not for me. That just sums it up. This double standard is so outrageous, and it cost this woman her job. She was also fired from her talent agency. Her agent, they let her go because of this left-wing cancel culture. And just so you know, if you read about this, if you go to some other stories in entertainment or left-wing write-ups about this, you're bound to see two things about Gina Carano. One is that she is a conservative actress. She is a conservative. So right there, that's a red flag against her. And the other thing is that she has a history of provocative tweets. What are some of these tweets? What are these posts that just add up to her being so bad? Here's one from 2 days after the election. We need to clean up the election process so we are not left feeling the way we do today. Put laws in place that protect us against voter fraud. Investigate every state. Film the counting. Flush out the fake votes. Require ID. Make voter fraud end in 2020. Fix the system. Yep, really controversial there. She went out on a wing. She went just right-wing wacko over that because why? She wants to have voter ID. She wants the system to be fixed. She wants to purge the voter rolls so maybe that only people who are supposed to vote can actually vote. That's an example right there. Oh, and guess in one news source actually posted as if, building this case against Gina Carano. One said that she actually posted Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Yep, that's a provocative tweet. That's bad news from this evil conservative actress. So next, let's talk about Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, because I'm loving this guy. He is a target of the media. The media love to go after him. And why? Because he's not making Floridians live in fear. He has opened up the state and let people do what they want to do. And the media can't stand him for it. People are going back to work. They're going into restaurants while these other blue states are just locked down like crazy. You see the suffering. You see the economy's crashing. And Florida's doing all right. He was attacked during the Super Bowl because they caught him without a mask on. The media went and mask shamed him. How dare you do that? His response, how am I supposed to drink my beer with a mask on? I just love it. Well, so this week, following the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl parade, he had a press conference and he fired back at the media again, absolutely perfectly. And here's the story. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis received a round of applause during a press conference Wednesday after he slammed the media for using an apparent double standard on mask shaming. During a press conference in Venice about Florida's vaccine rollout to senior citizens, Mr. DeSantis was asked by a reporter whether he was worried about the large maskless crowds who celebrated in Tampa Bay following the Buccaneers Super Bowl victory Sunday, given that a new UK variant of the coronavirus is quickly spreading in the state. The media is worried about that, obviously, the governor fired back. You guys really love that. You don't care as much if it's a peaceful protest, and then it's fine. You don't care as much if they're celebrating a Biden election. You only care about it if it's people that you don't like. I absolutely love it. But I guess Governor DeSantis forgot about the fact that the coronavirus is the smartest virus in the history of the world. It knows. It can judge whether a gathering is in an approved left-wing narrative and left-wing topic, talking point, rally, gathering. It knows that. It knows the difference between that and a Trump rally or an event not sanctioned by the left, an event where they can go and the media can attack. The virus knows the difference. I guess DeSantis didn't realize that. So next, let's talk about, in the spirit of Mark Cuban and the media and all this left-wing cancel culture, we need to ask them, do you have a relaxed brain?
I got what you call a relaxed brain.
All right, folks, I'm going to go through this quick because we got a ton of relaxed brain, and it starts with the Washington Post, who's facing backlash because the obituary headline that they put out for an Iranian terrorist was more favorable than they put out this week for the late coach Marty Schottenheimer, who passed away from Alzheimer's. Here's example number one. Breaking news. Airstrike at Baghdad airport kills Iran's most revered military leader, Qasem Soleimani. So that's Soleimani. And then upon the death of ISIS leader al-Baghdadi, he's referred to by the Washington Post as an austere religious scholar. Those are those two obituaries. Look what they put for Marty Schottenheimer. Marty Schottenheimer, NFL coach whose teams wilted in the postseason, dies at 77. Yeah, really classy, Washington Post. All right, next, let's talk about the girl who sprayed Gorilla Glue in her hair, thinking it would act like hairspray. Gorilla Glue in her hair. And now she's the one who wants to sue. And here's the story. Tasika Brown has spoken to an attorney and is weighing her legal options, TMZ reported. The piece noted that the label on the Gorilla Glue product says to not use on eyes, skin, or clothing, but never mentions hair. Brown feels this is misleading, according to the outlet. What can you even say? I'm going to go spray some Gorilla Glue in my hair, It's going to turn out badly. I'm going to end up in the hospital, but then I'm going to sue them. And then there's California, who is taking one of their most prestigious public high schools and is about to flush it right down the toilet. And here's more. The San Francisco Board of Education voted 5-2 to switch to a lottery-based system to assign students to Lowell High School, ending more than a century of merit-based admissions, the San Francisco Chronicle reported. The school will no longer require test scores and grades for admission after board members cited pervasive systemic racism at the school that the current merit-based system enables by excluding students of color. Other district high schools abide by a lottery-based system. Yes, systemic racism strikes again. There's not enough children of color, so they are excluded, like if on purpose. And why? Because it's a merit-based system. You do something based on merit, you've got to be a racist. Folks, that's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, and when you do, please hit that bell so you'll be notified, and we'll see you next time. I'm Bobby Eberle. This is the 13-Minute News Hour. Okay, friends, thanks so much for watching. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you'll be notified. And here's a special video just for you so you can watch even more of the 13-Minute News Hour. And don't forget to check out GOPUSA.com for the best in conservative news and commentary. We'll see you next time.